Welcome to episode number 7 of the Unemployed Journeyman with Borussia Dortmund here in the German Bundesliga. And yesterday we went into the lion's den, we stuck our hand in the mouth of the lion, and we've come out to tell the tale. So it can't all be too bad. Okay, so I've calmed down a little bit from yesterday's episode where everything just seemed to be falling apart. The results that we've had since yesterday's episode have helped quite a bit in that. As you can see here, we did draw 2-2 with Bayern Munich and then another 2-2 draw against RB Leipzig. RB Leipzig second, Bayern Munich third. I will absolutely take them results all day long. It kept it as at the status quo, so to speak. We also had a 1-0 win in a friendly against Malaga because we had the the winter break between the Bayern and Leipzig game. Since then, we played FC Köln away from home, a 4-1 win in that game. If we have a look at the stats for it, Carolot getting us off the mark in the 7th minute, then Erez Levi on the 15th and 33rd minute before Karim Adeyemi missed yet another penalty. And Erez Levi then scoring to make it 4-0 from a Adeyemi assist. And then they got one in the 71st minute. Just give us that to cheer about, you know. In terms of stats, we were the better team. Much better XG. Shots on target was pretty close. Possession was pretty close. And they actually had a better pass completion than us as well. But overall, we did deserve to win that game, I think, anyway. Then we played Union Berlin in the league at home. I'm actually going to show you the goals for this game because Erez Levi's goal in the 30th minute, his first goal, well, I'll say his first goal out of the 2 that he scored, but one of them was disallowed, as is normally the case with Erez. But that goal there and Bradley Barcola's last goal, they are 2 absolutely stunning goals. Erez Levi from a individual perspective and Bradley Barcola, just watch it from the start of the highlight because the team goal that was quite sublime. Let's go and have a look at the goal. We'll show you the Barcola and Bidstrup goals as well because there's no point skipping them. But here's Erez Levi's goal. This was such a stunning goal. He picks it up here, cuts inside. What a strike from Erez Levi. That was a beauty of a goal. And I have no shame in admitting I leapt out of my seat when Erez Levi scored that goal. Barcola with that goal there. Then we get this goal for Bidstrup. Dijk pulls it back. Levi to Bidstrup. In it goes. And then watch this team move for this next goal. To Schlotterbeck, to Ott. Valla, one touch. Bidstrup, Barcola. What a goal. That is beautiful. And that is pretty much us when we're at our best. And yeah, as you can see from the stats, we dominated the game. 61% possession, better pass completion, 2.15 XG compared to 0.98, 10 shots at goal, 10 shots at target, 16 at goal. Yeah, we were just awesome against what has to be said is a poor Union Berlin team. Then we played Sparta Prague in the Europa League group phase, a 3-1 win at home there. Reina, Barcola and Esteve. In this game here, Erez Levi picked up an injury as well, which meant for Prague, Frankfurt, Young Boys and Bayer Leverkusen, we were without Levi and Konate because Konate's been on African Cup of Nations duty for the whole of January. So, yeah, good win against Prague, 2-0 up. They made it 2-1, but then Maxime Esteve, I think in that game we had 11 corners. And when Esteve scored that goal, that was the 11th corner of the game. Yeah, there you go. 11 corners. And that was the 11th corner of the game when Esteve finally put the ball in the back of the net. Eintracht Frankfurt were up next in the league. A 3-0 win away from home. Bradley Barcola, Dijon Kamiri and Remco Beckhuis with the goals in that game. Can I just say as well, Bradley Barcola is going very under the radar for us this season. He is 29 years old, so he's getting on a little bit. But 12 goals and 9 assists in 29 appearances, 19 as a start, 10 as a substitute. That's 21 goal involvements in 29 games at an overall rating of 7.42. He has been a saviour of ours on many occasions. And outside of Konate and Levi, he's the one getting the goals. So, yeah, that was Eintracht Frankfurt, the 3-0 win. Then we had Young Boys in the Europa League again. At home again, a 4-1 win. Bidstrup, Simonovsky, Stiller and Dijk as we fielded a very heavily rotated side. Nico Schlotterbeck only played because he'd been out with an injury for a couple of games, so we've just given him a bit of game time really. And this guy here, not going to try and say his name, he came on for Schlotterbeck after 70 minutes. He's a youngster for us. He's out of contract actually this summer. He's probably not going to get a new one. And it doesn't actually state it here, but he did make a substitute appearance in one of the other games as well. Can't remember which one it was now, but he has made another appearance somewhere. I'm just trying to find him at the moment, and I can't find him. I'm sure he's played another appearance, but maybe not. Maybe that was his only one. And then we played against Bayer Leverkusen in the DFB Pokal, and a 1-0 defeat in that game away from home. I was quite annoyed at this game, I've got to admit, because I've been fielding rotated teams in this competition, but we got to the quarterfinals, so I thought I'd take it seriously. And as you can see from the stats, we dominated. We had 2.70 XG, didn't get a single goal. Adeyemi with yet another missed penalty. I'm going to have to stop him taking penalties. They only had a 0.60 but got a goal, so they overperformed, whereas we massively underperformed. They had one shot on target and scored it in the second minute of injury time at the end of the first half. Only 3 shots at goal in general, whereas we had 18 shots at goal, but only 4 on target. 62% possession. We had better pass completion as well. 11 corners again. I mean, I don't know how we didn't win it. I think that kind of falls in the category of being FM'd, if I'm being quite honest, because we deserved to win that, but somehow we managed to lose it. And despite how many goals we've been scoring, we should have scored more goals than what we have, because we get so many chances, but we're so wasteful as well. We have Borussia Monchengladbach, who are 13th in the league at home next. Then after that, we play 10th placed Hamburg away from home. Hamburg actually have had some pretty decent results recently. If we have a look at their schedule, they lost to Leipzig. Maybe they haven't. I could have sworn they'd beaten one of these. Just ignore me. Maybe I'm talking nonsense. I don't know what I've been looking at. Maybe it was another club other than Hamburg. But yeah, we should win both of today's games, but should and did is two completely different things. In terms of the finances, by the way, we have 27.7 million in the transfer budget. I'm quite expecting that to be taken away from me before we get to the end of the season. The finances continue to go down. We're £11.1 million in the red. In terms of our debts and loans, we do have £155 million net debt and £144 million transfer debt. And our projection is looking awful. It really is. My real fear is that we're going to get hardly any transfer budget for next season if this carries on going down the way it is. And that is seriously worrying me, because if we're in the Champions League and we have ambitions of winning the Champions League, we're going to need a very decent transfer budget to do some very decent business in the summer. Right, dynamics, by the way, team cohesion is very good, club atmosphere is excellent, managerial support is good as well. And let's get over to the Matchday Centre for the first game of today's episode against Borussia Monchengladbach. Okay, just before we get into the Matchday Centre, just showing you the results from yesterday's games. RB Leipzig beat Hamburg 3-2. Benjamin Šeško with 2 goals in that game. Bayern Munich drew with TSG Hoffenheim, by the way, which means the table looks like this. We are currently 3 points ahead of Leipzig. The game we're playing today is our game in hand. Then we are 10 points currently ahead of Frankfurt. We could extend that to 13 today. And we are 11 points ahead of 4th placed Bayern Munich, who are currently 11 behind us, could be 14 behind us by the end of today's, or this first game of today's episode. In terms of the last 3 games we play of the season, by the way, we play Bayer Leverkusen away from home, Bayern Munich at home, and then Leipzig away from home. They are our last 3 games of the season. So working it out roughly, I'm kind of anticipating we could be doing an episode on Monday that is a bit of a triple header, Leipzig, Bayern and Bayer, all in one episode to end the season to see if we win the league. Obviously, if we've already won the league by that point, then we'll just do the normal 2 games. But that's for another day. Let's get into the game now against Borussia Monchengladbach. I shouldn't go counting my chickens too early, really. But here is what we're going with. We've got Gebhardt in goal, Carnevale left back, Nunez right back, Schlotterbeck and Esteve in the middle, Ott, Beckhus and Kamiri in the midfield, go away, with Barcola and Levi out wide and Konate up front. This is the first game Konate would have played since the African Cup of Nations, and Levi, who has been playing up top when he was available before his injury, now moves back out onto the right-hand side, which is where we played him for, I think, one game before Konate had to go away on international duty. So let's get into it. We've been on a good run lately. Let's keep it going. And we have been on a good run as well. We've actually been playing some really decent football. The only criticism I have, as I've already said, is our finishing. They're playing a 4-2-3-1, probably Gegenpress as it's Germany. But Barcola now with the corner on the left-hand side, puts the ball into the box, comes out to Kamiri, Ott, Levi, Nunes, Gaston Nunes with his first goal of the season. The referee has got his finger in his ear. I was going to disallow this, isn't he? Oh, you know my opinions on VAR. Oh, it's been given. Gaston Nunes does get his first goal of the season. And we have started very bright. We do tend to start games really well. Our first halves usually are really, really good. Where we tend to fall away a little bit, I've kind of been analysing when things happen because I've had a few suspicions. And it's kind of around the time we start doing substitutions is when we're most likely to score. There's Jay Scally, who I tried to buy from Borussia Monchengladbach, but because our transfer budget got removed from us, I was unable to complete the purchase. So, yeah, he's not having a particularly good game at the moment. He's on a 6.5 and on a yellow card. Right, we have a free kick just outside the box. Carnevale will take it. It's just on outside the D, and it's gone high, wide, and not particularly handsome. And that is the last action of the first half. We lead 1-0. We take the lead into half-time. And again, you look at this, they've not done anything in this first half. 73 possession, 91% pass completion, 8 shots at goal, 3 on target, but we're only 1-0 up. And this is the criticism I have of us, is we don't take our chances enough in the first half to basically put the game to bed early doors. And then we get ourselves in a bit of a pickle in the second half sometimes when teams start to come back into it, because the way it kind of seems to work is if a team has a really poor first half, they usually are better in the second half. So if we've not taken advantage of our dominance, we can live to regret it. Here's Beckhus now to Barcola. Oh, he's still going. Bradley Barcola. Oh, I thought he was going to score a bit of a wonder goal there. It was a good save from the keeper. I've also noticed how every keeper seems to be like Donnarumma in terms of how good they are against us. That goes out and the highlight ends. Monchengladbach still have not had a shot on target. And I will be very annoyed if they score from their first shot on target, because that happens far too often as well. I've got to be honest. Right, they have the ball with their goalkeeper. They go long. Carnevale wins it, but heads it straight back to a Monchengladbach player. They're still going, and they went for a shot. Probably thought, why don't I just have a pot and see how I get on? Right, I'm a bit apprehensive about making a substitution because, like I said before, it's when we make substitutions that we tend to get a bit rubbish. Right, Adeyemi can come on for Konate and remove Levi. Actually, no, we're going to leave Levi out there because we need him to get used to playing that role. Kamiri can come off, and I think we'll bring Rayner on for him in that attacking or advanced playmaker role. 65 minutes gone. Next highlight starts with us. Here's Rayner. Goes out to Carnevale on the left-hand side, and he just gives it away. So poor, it really is. And they have the ball with their goalkeeper. They go long again. Schlotterbeck brings it down, gives it to Ott, back to Schlotterbeck, who goes back to Gebhardt, the goalkeeper. Oh, now he's giving it. Oh, he's going to get a red. That's a red card. They are down to 10 men. And now they're a 4-4-1 formation. Right, let's have a look at... I mean, no one's really playing badly. Just no one's particularly playing great either. Right, Carnevale can come off for Alex Valla. I think that's one change we can make. Maybe Esteve can come off for Reuter. Not sure it's particularly a good idea to change two centre-backs, or two defenders, sorry, in one go, but I suppose we'll soon find out. Levi gets tackled. They win the ball back. They can start building it out from the back again. We win the ball back, though, from Reuter. Rayner to Beckhuse. Adeyemi. Beckhuse has it again. Barcola to Adeyemi. It's a goal. The referee's... Oh... Can you just not let me enjoy one goal? Disallowed, of course. You've got to have at least one goal disallowed in a game. Right, time is ticking down. I'm very nervous that we're only 1-0 to the good. And I think Bidstrup can come on for Beckhuse in the midfield. Just get extra fresh legs in the midfield. But again, the amount of dominance we've had in this game and to only be 1-0 up. It's cost us in a game against Leverkusen, no doubt about that. Well, here's Barcola, and Barcola's put it in the 90th minute of the game. Bradley Barcola finally puts my nerves at ease. And oh, have I needed that. I said before about how Barcola has quite often been our saviour. 5 minutes of added time. The game ends and we win comfortably too. I mean, they never registered a shot on target in the whole game. 73% possession. It was all very easy, really, wasn't it? Gaston Nunez from an Erez Levi assist. Barcola from an Alex Valla assist. A nice 2-0 win against Borussia Monchengladbach, which in terms of the table, that's how we look now, with us 6 points ahead of Leipzig. We could do with Leipzig losing another game or two. 6 points ahead of Leipzig, 13 ahead of Frankfurt and 14 ahead of Bayern Munich. Bearing in mind, our aim for the season is to qualify for the Champions League, so basically to get into the top four. And for us to be outside the top four, Bayer Leverkusen are 20 points behind us. So I think we should reach our target of the top four. There is, of course, only 34 games in a season in the Bundesliga, so 13 more games to go. And we are looking in a very good position. Right, let's have a quick check on the news items, make sure Konate's got fitness concerns. He should be fine by the time we play the next game. Right, let's get to the Matchday Centre for the game against Hamburg. Right, here we are then for the game against Hamburg. And there's only one change, and Stiller comes in the ankle role in midfield in place of Carolot. He's not injured or anything like that. Just I can't really make up my mind which one I prefer out of Carolot and Angelo Stiller. If we look at Carolot, in terms of the league, 18 appearances, 2 goals, no assists, 6.87. Like I say, from 18 appearances. In fact, how many of those appearances were starts? 10 starts, 8 sub-appearances. Then Angelo Stiller, in terms of the league, 13 appearances, 2 goals, 1 assist, 1 player of the match at 6.95. 10 of those were starts. So looking at it that way, I would say Angelo Stiller is just about doing the better of the two. If we do it in terms of a comparison, they're the same for defending. Stiller is slightly better physically. He's not as quick, but he is better with his vision. They're the same for attacking, same for technical. Stiller is better aerially and better mentally. So in that respect, it does look like Stiller as well. If we look at the attributes, Stiller is a better technical player. He's also better with mentals and better physically. So yeah, everything does point towards Angelo Stiller, who's 30 years old, and Carolot, who is 23 years old. I think that's the reason why I bought him in, actually, is because he's just a younger version of Angelo Stiller and can obviously improve. But yeah, this is the team we're going with. Gebhardt in goal, Carnevali left back, Nunez right back, Schlotterbeck and Esteve in the centre of defence, Stiller, Beckhuse and Kamiri in the midfield, Barcola and Levi out wide with Konate up top. I did rest Konate for 2 days in between games as well. In terms of injuries, Mauricio Farina is out injured. He's got the ump with me as well, by the way, because I didn't sell him. I did offer him out, but nobody wants him. And the option wasn't there for me to talk to him. He just doesn't want to talk to me anymore. Okay. Samson Dyke is out for another 5 weeks. He's just picked up an injury, and Simonovsky is out injured as well. So let's get into it. Hamburg, they're higher in the league than Monchengladbach, and we are away from home, so this should be a tougher tie. Again, we just need to try and take our chances. They go with a 4-4-2 formation. Leipzig and Bayern do not play today. I presume they're playing tomorrow. They're not playing against each other, I know that much. So we need to pick up the points so we can put the pressure on them. Also, I was having a look at their running at the end of the season, because obviously we've got a very tough running with Bayer Leverkusen, Leipzig and Bayern in our last 3 games. And when you look at their last 4 games, they're basically playing the same teams. They're playing us, they're playing Bayer Leverkusen, and they're playing each other. Barcola's through. Oh, I thought he was going to score a goal. I think the main difference is on the last day of the season, we play Leipzig on the last day of the season. Bayern Munich are playing Union Berlin. But other than that, they are very, very tough games for all 3 of us. So it's going to be very interesting to see who doesn't bottle it, really, providing we don't bottle it between now and then anyway. But again, 8 shots on goal, 4 on target. We still haven't got a goal. We're the dominant team in this first half, like I said in the previous match, like we usually are. And we just need to take some of these chances. Right, Barcola to Beckhus to Konate, finds Kamiri. Konate. Oh, and Karim Konate scores his first goal since coming back from the African Cup of Nations. He's given us the lead in the 38th minute, and boy, did we need that as an immediate highlight. Please don't let this result in an equaliser. I'll be so disappointed. I have no problem if it leads to us scoring, just to be clear. Oh, Beckhus has intercepted. He's found Konate. Konate's got his 2nd of the game. It's his 14th of the season. Karim Konate. Borussia Dortmund 2-0 up against Hamburg, away from home. They've not had a shot at goal or on target. They've now had a shot at goal. We put a corner in through Stiller. Their keeper comes out to claim it. Is he going to go with a long kick? He does kind of. It's to the halfway line anyway. Oh, they're through. Oh, they've scored. My word, what has happened? How have we conceded that? 2-0 up, coasting. It's their first shot on target again. I'm getting so fed up of teams scoring with their first shot on target. Yeah, it's taken us 5 shots to... Oh. I mean, what was their goalkeeper doing as well, by the way? To be that far off his line and caught out like that. I actually thought it was an own goal at first. I thought we'd tried passing it back to him and just lobbed him. But no, it was Lukovic who got the goal in injury time. We lost to Bayer Leverkusen because of a goal in injury time. Right, here's Nunes to Esteve. We have the ball back and under control for the time being. Konate almost gives it away. Oh, it's going to be another red card, I think. It is. It's another red card. I'll say another red card. It's the first red card of this game. But it's the 2nd red card that the opposition has had in this episode. We actually have a very good... I don't think we've had a red card this season, actually. Touch wood. Right. I can't really bring Gaston Nunes off because Samson Dykes... I mean, I could switch Carnevale to right back, but I don't think I will. I think Angelo Stiller can come off for Carolot. I don't really know what else I want to do. I think that might be the only... I mean, we're 70 minutes in. I usually would have made... Usually this is around the time I do my 3rd and 4th substitutions. Right. Carnevale is going to go onto the right-hand side and Alex Valla can come over onto the left. They will be the only substitutions we make for now. Right, Kamiri picks up the loose ball, gives it to Carnevale, to Carolot, Beckhus, to Barcola. He goes out onto the right to Carnevale, gives it to Erez Levi. Ball into the middle and Bradley Barcola, 14th goal of the season for Bradley Barcola. We lead 3-1. There's a bit of daylight now between us and Hamburg, which is exactly what we wanted. We head into the last 10 minutes. I think we're going to make another couple of substitutions. Beckhus has got an injury. He can come off for Bidstrup, I think. And I think we bring Erez Levi off for Karim Adeyemi. And while we're at it, Schlotterbeck can come off for Reuter. We just change them two over so that Esteve's on his preferred footed. 3-1 up, 2 for Konate, 1 for Barcola. A good episode, 2 good wins, 5 minutes of added on time to be played. We're going to see it out. And that is a very nice win against a useful Hamburg team. They stretched, I think it was Leipzig. Leipzig beat them 3-2 at Leipzig. So that was a good win. And we now move 9 points clear of Leipzig. As I say, they've still got to play. Eintracht Frankfurt beating Köln in there as well, by Leverkusen losing to Werder Bremen. But I think what we'll do is we'll go and have a look. We'll forward it on one day, and because I think it's tomorrow that these two teams, Leipzig and Bayern, play each other. Bayern have dropped points again with Wolfsburg. I mean, at this point, I'm kind of looking at it. Bayern are out of it. They're 16 points behind us. It's Leipzig we need to start dropping points because they remain 6 points behind us. By the way, just look at this number here. I'm not going to mention it because if I say it, then I'm afraid I'm going to jinx myself. But yeah, that's the number we have in the loss column at the moment. If we have a look at the schedule, we will come back next for the Europa League round of 16 second leg against whoever that's going to be against. And we'll probably do Mainz, who are 5th in the league. That's away from home. Or it'd be Stuttgart or 8th. But probably Mainz and the Europa League game will be in the next episode, which means I'll play Hoffenheim, Wolfsburg, Werder Bremen, the Europa League, first leg off camera, and we'll come back for Mainz and whoever is in the Europa League. So thank you very much for watching, folks. Hope you've enjoyed the video. Join me tomorrow for what I'm sure will be another amazing episode with some fun goals. And I'll see you then. Thank you very much. Bye-bye.